Oh, I'm back from wedding. Doug, thanks for the resub. And you can see we have alerts back. So if you want to sub, now's the time. And we are getting YouTube chat as well. That's normally an issue for me, but today I am blessed. And I remember to do everything. Speaking of remembering to do everything, great time to sub because about to get ad blasted. Hey! Rice Quinn, thanks for starting a scam train with your resub or your first sub ever. Supa Tortoise Boy. All right, 3 minutes of ads. Ah! Daily game. Mentions gain or lose. Red CMC2 mentions gain or lose. I mean, you could just do Reign of Gore. Mentions 3 or 3. Seize the Spotlight doesn't mention 3. It just draws you 3 cards in a multiplayer game. CMC2 mentions 3. Claim the Firstborn won't do it. Oh, you can just do a Braid. Of course, just do a Braid. 2/2 creature. Or mix one. Mana value 2, 2/2 creature. I mean, there's so many, but I'm just trying to pick which one. Oh, what's it called? No, I'm dumb. We can just do Hackerbat. Hackerbat's not it? The 2/3. Come on. I was like, I remember this art. The 2/3. I tried to get too cute, chat. Whoa, Scam Train level 2. Thank you, Super Tortoise Boy. No, that was Space Canary. Sorry, there's a little bit of a lag on my event feed. White, mana value 5, 2/2 creature. Or makes one. What's it called? No. I thought it was like Unicorn Sanctuary. Knightly Valor. That's a 5-mana aura that makes a 2/2 knight. Mentions 3 or 3. Mana value 5. Oh my god! Super Tortoise Boy. That is 10 gifteds, I think. Everyone say thank you. All right, ad break over. We'll get back to the game. People have given me money to look at their decks. So what we're going to do is look at their decks. And to do that, we're going to open up the coffee. Okay, great. So Tuesday deck review, 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 Tuesday deck review. Beautiful. A Layla Cunning Conqueror. Do we have Space Canary here? Okay, great. We will duplicate this list. I should be at the stream, but can watch later if something comes up and I can't attend. Yeah, well, you're here. Great news. Space Canary, space for short. There's a control deck with Saboteur elements. I built about a year ago. No restrictions besides keeping it bracket 3. I've been finding that my deck struggles to close out games without a lot of good goad targets. I have plenty of control draw, etc., but I need more finishers that aren't other people's stuff. Okay. This can be done relatively easily for Demir. Okay. The first thing I see is a lot of these small little flying dipshits. And that's beautiful because you've gotten spoon-fed, fairy player. In the fairies precon, we got shadow puppeteers. When it enters, you make 2/1/1 black fairy rogue creature tokens with flying, and whenever a creature you control with flying attacks, you may have it become a red dragon with base power and toughness 4/4, in addition to its other colors and types. So you have all these shitty little flash flyer creatures enter, and then you go, ah, great news. They're all 4/4s now. On your turn, you kill them. Because of that, I don't know if I'm really in on Banner of Kinship. Patchwork Banner's fine. I'm not the biggest fan, but there is something better than Banner of Kinship. I know that in my heart. Even if you just do like, I don't know, like we'll have to find it, but I'm sure there is one. I was gonna say Graz, but Graz is kind of expensive. Return all artifacts to their owner's hands. Is there like an artifact player that hurt you? I don't like Bloodthirsty Blade. For the reason you laid out. If there's nothing your opponents have that's really goatable, then it's basically doing nothing for you. I don't like the low floor of that card a lot. I might even want to move less on artifacts even more than you are currently. And go up more on instants and sorceries. Kindred Discovery is weird because I definitely don't think you need it. I feel like you're going to have good card flow regardless. Because you have, so yeah, you already have the Candlekeep Inspiration. Why would As Foretold be good here, in your opinion, Space Canary? You can use it on opponent's turns, that's the thinking, once you get it to 2 counters. I feel like that's a little slow. I feel like you can just hold up mana. It's so easy to do. Okay. I kind of want to get the lay of the Fairyland here. I wouldn't add Talrand to this deck, I don't feel. Nor Murmuring Mystic. Whenever you cast your first spell during an opponent's turn, look at the top 2 cards. Yes, I like Nimrus. Nimrus is fun. It's a big flash flyer. I mean, at what point do you just add the spell stutter sprite? Come on. It's just fun. Also, it is a wizard, so you could go up a Riptide Laboratory, and you can return it to your hand and then replay it. Comrade Gorbash, thanks for the tier 1. 6 months. So, Riptide Lab letting you pick up the Hypnotic Sprite too, maybe? No, it's just a normal ass fairy. Aw, that's so sad. But you do get to pick up Spell Stutter Sprite with the Riptide. I would like to see a Lorien revealed. I always spelled it wrong. It's just an instant or sorcery, but it's also a land. You need to up your land count a little. It's just Salon Division. This is kind of a free ball. It's cheap. It's a land. It digs for good cards. It's just kind of win-win-win. Dig through time. Broken instant. You can have some fun, maybe add a factor fiction, but I think you want to focus on cheaper instants. Stinkin' to Stupid is definitely a good card for sure. We do have no restrictions besides keeping it bracket 3. Yeah, we can add Sink. And I think at that point we can remove 1 island as a treat. Mystic Monastery. Oh, is that the one where it's like... Oh, you're not talking about Mystic Monastery. I don't think it's called Mystic Monastery. Mystic Sanctuary. It's fine. I don't like 11 islands with that. I think you need more. I think you need way more than 11 islands. I don't think you need Dismal Backwater. Yeah, I'd run Darkslick Shores over a tap land in this deck. Because this is a tap land past turn 3. But turns 1, 2, and 3 are like where your untapped sources really matter. Run Away Together, yeah, is broken. We should probably run that. And you can also just, once again, use it on your own fairies to re-ETB them. Honestly, this town ain't big enough is probably good enough too. Just like go, okay, this town ain't big enough, pick up the stupid fucking Spell Stutter Sprite. I'd probably just run a negate. Curiosity Crafter only works with tokens, so... I mean, like... We make tokens, but I would almost always, I think, prefer just, like, actual Biden of Thassa's. And everything we have cantrips anyway. Like, we're not going to run out of cards in our hand ever. Or now we go Fairy Seer. Oh, I haven't seen this art before. That's new. Well, it's new-ish. Leyline of Anticipation to bottom. Up. Aha, I didn't have to counterspell anything. Flash this in. Snare Master Sprite. This card seems a little bad. Hold up. Long Reverse Pull. We do control 2 or more basic lands. Go to creature you control, go to creature you control, go to creature you control. Go to creature you control, go to creature you control, go to creature you control. No. No. Yay! Go to everything forever. Turn 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shadow Puppeteers. 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Also, you get 2 of these. Hooray. So, I mean, that presented pretty fine. I am a little dubious of this Archmage's Tarm. Though you might have enough blue sources. 28 is not respecting the gods enough, in my opinion. But you have Ash Barrens. That isn't counted on there. That's it. Lorien revealed, I guess, too. So you actually have 30 blue sources. I mean, Una's Blackguard is incredibly good. I think this card does step a little on the social taboos of the format. Just a touch. Just a twee bit. I mean, for me, I feel like Snare Master Sprite... Fairy Seer is okay. But I feel like Fairy Dream Thief, like these one-drop fairies you're running, are just a little too much. Yeah, this thing grows when you put... Like, who cares? Like, this has an effect on top of being a fairy, at least. This has an effect on top of being a fairy. Type fairy sort MV. This is a fairy. I do like Rankle, but we need to keep in mind that this is a flash speed deck and not a sack all your shit deck. No, I would rather just have like the flying fairy that taps something down. I wouldn't put that unblockable changing in any deck without like ninjas and stuff. But I'm not really into Fairy Vandals at all. Like Likeness Looter, this card's great. Like, why are we not on this over the Fairy Vandal? This is like such a better effect for Commander in terms of it being a value piece. Well, unblockable and flying is rather different, but for the most part, yeah, it's just kind of doing less. Dude, I love Fairy Macabre. This will cause trauma. This card. It's not good in EDH that much, but it is certainly trauma-inducing for any graveyard player. Sprite Noble isn't nothing. What the fuck? I didn't know this card existed. That's cool. I think you just run Tegwell, right? Like, why aren't we running Tegwell? No, I'm a hipster. No, you don't understand. You can't run Tegwell. That was the face commander. It's cheating. It's like Tegwell lords all your fairies, which makes them kill people. And then also, when you get board wiped, you draw 12 billion cards. Also, I will prescribe you a fucking Talion. Talion is actually just so good. Every time this has hit the board of my table on 2, it's just like, I can't win. Like, this needs to be removed. Probably better than Fae Bloom Trick. Although I do like that this is 2-for-1 fairies. Yeah, actually Prosperous. Okay. Hang on. Sorry, I just saw this. I want an explanation. This is just like, surprise, all my blocks are lethal now. Yeah, but you can just... If you're getting Alpha Strike Space Canary, they have Trample, presumably. They're gaining Trample in some way, presumably, to kill your ass if they're swinging all out at you. And then you just die. And then you just die. If you really want to blow up people attacking you, you run Aetherize. All back in your hand. Yeah, just run the Aetherize. Also, but like, Aether Spouts is more funny. All right, let's give the Space Canary check. I'm fine with Cloud of Fairies. This is fine. I'm kind of into the Moonshade Pixie. All right, let's play test this really quick. Shadow of the Second Sun is actually a really good recommendation. I have been having a lot of fun with Shadow of the Second Sun. All right, let's get rid of Halo Forger. Are we running it over? Oh, wow, we are. Yeah, Feed the Swarm should be a Withering Torment. I thought we just had both, honestly. Cloud of Fairies. Hypnotic Sprite. Scry 1. Top. Scry 1. Top. 2 or more basic lands. We do not control that, but that's fine. Alright. Pass. Cycle rebuild. Next turn. Island 1, 2, 3, 4. Alayla. 1, 2. Pass. Dink. Opt. Fairy Rogue. Scry 1. Bottom, sadly. Draw. Next turn. Secluded Glen. Reveal Fairy from hand. Combat 1, 2, 3, 4. Haha. Draw 4. And not tap like an idiot, preferably. We did not draw a counter spell, which has me a little worried. The player with Magus, Lucia Kane, also has Bellicor and has won 5 out of 6 games I've seen him play with it with Rite of Rep. So what you do is when you cast Rite of Rep on the Bellicor, you kill it in response and you 2-for-1 him. Okay. I want to get another 2 mana value counterspell or 2 in here. It just kind of feels like so required for this sort of deck to have a density. So I think we are going down the Daybloom trick. Because we can sift through so many cards. Just like always keeping a counter spell in that hand is just so valuable. I don't even like Village Rites, I don't think. Okay. Hi. Familiar's Ruse. Nah, we'll start with Island. Consider. Top. Draw. Won't reveal a fairy. Pass. Opt. Scry 1. Top. Draw. Wave break. Next turn. Commander. Okay, pass here. Kill your thing. Make a fairy. Draw a card. Fire. Okay. Counter your spell. Draw a card. Make a fairy. Well, these are fairy rogues, by the way. How does River of Tears betray you every turn? You want blue when it's not your turn. And you want black instead when you do play a land. And if you need blue during your turn, here's a little bit of tech. Blue. Blue. Like, I don't know. It's not that bad. It ain't all that bad. Code 3 things. I'll just drop the Skull Clamp here. There's no reason not to. We can hold up Hydroelectric and sink into Stupor after passing. Yeah, this feels pretty controlled. Bounce your game object, draw a card. Next turn, draw a card. Clamp a fairy. Well, we made a fairy when we cast that spell last turn. Swamp. I mean, there we go. We just drew into another counterspell and another counterspell. Like, we're just so set. Like, how do you answer this board? You can't. All right. I think this is about good to go. Mainly just wanted to focus on upping the instant and sorcery count for the Candlekeep inspiration. But yeah, seems like a pretty mellow, chill fairies deck. You will feel like you have played Magic every game with it. Thank you for getting a deck review. Catboy. Do you have Catboy? Green Kyla bin Krug. Yep, I'm here. Very good. More, duplicate, duplicate. Mana value. Okay. Catboy, the goal of the deck is to use God Pharaoh's Gift and extra combat creatures as a value engine to return a bunch of powerful ETB and attack creatures for the graveyard. Hell yes, that's fun. Early game uses Commander to find tutors for Gate to the Afterlife. Or I think you mean God Pharaoh's Gift, but yeah, Gate to the Afterlife will get it. And to get creatures in the graveyard, along with possibly playing Hate Bears to slow the game down. Preferably nothing above $20. The deck has two main issues at the moment. That was being finding Gate of the Afterlife fast and protecting God Pharaoh's Gift once it's actually on the battlefield. Okay, so you do have a lot of choices. I'm going to add, like, just non-negotiably, I feel, Dawn's Truce. This is just Heroic Intervention in white. And you should be running it if you have a non-land permanent that you really care about. By extension, Boros Charm. Boros Charm is also very important for protecting a large artifact that's very clunky to get into play, right? Let's just run the two indestructible granting board-wide things. Like, this is just good to be doing. Once you have a board state that's ahead, you can keep it forever. Untimely Malfunction is pretty good. I will add it. But it's important to note that this doesn't save you from, like, you know, some other, like, mass artifact removal object. I am a little scared of Aomir because I feel like, or Aomer, because he's going to be diluting your deck with legends. I feel like I need to just see how this deck plays before I really start changing a lot of stuff. But my initial theorem is that you have too few lands, too many legends that don't do anything, and that's just to support Aomir when you probably shouldn't be. Intangible Virtue is probably not the best. And I'm not a big fan of Angel of Sanctions. Like, it's fine. Probably Collector's Vault. All right, let's play test this now that we're at 100 cards. Try one. Vexing Bubble. Probably putting that on the bottom. Kyla bin Krug. So, I hope you guys notice the issue here. We're going to activate Kyla bin Krug, and this is the value we're going to get. And that's the value we're going to get. So I see Trash for Treasure. I do see also 14 artifacts. I think if you're going to be doing this stuff, we need to be more in on artifacts and less in on legends. And yeah, I know it's not built around actually playing the God Pharaoh's gift, like you're cheating it into play. But what I'm saying is let's take that a little more seriously. Because right now it doesn't feel like we are. And I would like to see more artifact shenanigans to make it more apparent that we're doing this. So I'm going to take out Angel of Sanctums. Karmic Guide. Othari's okay, but like I ultimately don't really like it that much. Okay. I'm a fan of Port Razor. That's kind of fun. I don't think I like Sun Titan in this deck because we're just kind of going to go bigger and also smaller where it counts on creatures. Also, how's Oswald helping us? Well, like we need to like actually build a couple bridges here. Thalia out. It feels like Thalia is like a bit of an Aomer tax. I'm going to cut Aomer as well. I'm not a big fan of Aomer. I don't think so, but give me a sec here. Fiend Hunter, Jesus. I like Fiend Hunter in Sacrifice and Flicker decks, but this is neither. I don't like Star Athlete at all. It's literally Browbeat. It's like so bad. Costs 2 less to activate. Okay, so that works with Kyla. That's fine. It's not the best, though. Sorry, did I just see fucking Terrarium? Fucking, our Millery Sphere. Huh? Choo Choo Beans, the commander is card advantage. You get to bring back 1, 2, and 3 drops. You literally draw 3. Non-creatures cost 1 more to cast. AKA fucking more than a fourth of the deck. And it's about to get worse. Alchemist Vial. Yeah, this is getting a little ridiculous. I don't like Marauding Mayako. I do like Inti. And Inti is something we will be looking at, I think. Remind me later. Because right now, let's just do cuts. Let's not... No suggestions, chat. Let's just cut. Cut away. I don't like Change of Fortune. This kind of implies that you have 8 fucking mana for Queen Kyla Ben Krug. I don't like McKinney's Stampede as far as MDFCs go. I'd rather that be a Shajiri Shelter. Derek and Cyclops MTG. Thank you, by the way, for the deck reviews for next week. Gerard's Hourglass Pennant. But, like, why? I don't like the Dusk Rose Reliquary. I'm sorry. I like deep down I want to like it. I like Argus Cost, by the way. That's cute, but I don't think it's good. Like this deck needs. Sephiroth feels weird. Like, where are we getting modified creatures from? Because they're not modified off the God Pharaoh's gift or anything. Aurelia feels like your best card, by the way, by far. I do like Angel of Indemnity. I just don't know if this is the correct deck for it. How many ways can we sack Icar Wellspring? I mean, that is a good point. We have exactly Oswald. I was just kind of there, like, oh, it's fine. But no, you're entirely right. Like, I don't know if we're sacrificing that quite well enough. Lightning bolt can go, and you'll see why in a moment. Okay. So we need to balance out cheap creatures with artifact play patterns. So I'm going to cut Scourge of the Throne as well. I'm sorry. No. You need this for extra combat shenanigans. My fault. Hellkite Charger. This one does feel more pricey than the other ones. Okay. So we are going to start with, God, Esper will be so good for this deck, but let's start with Aethersworn because we can't put anything above $20. Aethersworn Canonist feels like the rule of law you should be running. Like, if you have one, it should be this one. I think it's... Eidolon of Rhetoric is interesting because on one hand, it is a little bad, but on the other hand, it does provide FOMO delirium value. I think... Because it sucks because High Noon exists and it is very good. High Noon's incredible. However, High Noon is also not a creature that gets put into play by Queen Kyla. So there's a little tension there. And in fact, I think you would rather have an artifact, like another artifact rule of law. So Damping Sphere, right? Makes spells increasingly harder to cast and then also fucking snuffs like Gaia's Cradles and stuff. Not like you're going to run into that many Gaia's Cradles, but like a Growing Rites of Itlimoc player is going to get snuffed by this once, and that's going to be a bummer. Grafdigger's Cage does fuck with Queen Kyla, I'm pretty sure. Because they are coming back from the graveyard. Okay. So I want to get the artifact count up more. And here's what I'm going to add. I'm going to add a little funny package. I'm going to add Engineered Explosives, which may seem weird, but I promise this is going to be hilarious. Engineered Explosives. It's just fine. It's okay. You can X0 this, destroy all tokens. X1 it, destroy all 1-drops. 2, destroy all 2-drops. I'll even give you... You already have the Exotic Orchard, so you can actually tap for bonus mana. And get it up to X3 if you need to via the Exotic Orchard route. But the main thing this is very good with is weapons manufacturing, which is really good in artifact decks. Non-token artifact entering. You make a colorless artifact token named Munitions that then blows up. So my thought is let's pivot this harder into artifacts. And just like, let's get Duretti in here. Duretti Scrap Savant. Right? This is, oh, not, I don't know. Duretti Scrap Savant's also good. But I meant other Duretti. Duretti Rocketeer Engineer. When it enters or attacks, it is a Trash for Treasure Titan. You get to sack an artifact and bring an artifact back into play. So here, with Duretti, it gets... interesting with a Arena of Glory. We already have Goblin Engineer, Mr. Poic. I would not consider Goblin Welder for this deck. It would be fine, is my take. So I actually do like Lightning Greaves in this deck. And the simple reason is you can just like sack it up on a tutor chain. It protects Kyla, who's like pretty must kill. And it also lets you activate Oswald right away. Like there's a lot of haste creatures that want to tap right away in this deck that you would really like to just give haste. There's an argument for Lava Spur Boots in that position as well. I would like to see the artifact lands. I don't know if I like the 1,000-year elixir's price to payoff ratio. Shivan Devastator, huh? No. Why do we want Shivan Devastator? We would definitely need more 1-drop objects, for sure. Yeah, Skrelv's good. Protects Queen Kyla. I like Hydras. Well, they're not good in this deck, so... Hopeful Initiate isn't bad. Oh, Esper Sentinel's so good in this deck because it's a 4/4 when it comes back off God Pharaoh's Gift as well. That is heartbreaking. I'm going to put Sculpting Steel in this deck. Sarah Ascendant is cheap, right? Yeah, Mom is probably worthwhile. I won't add a Giver, but Skrelv and Mother are probably it. Lion Sash is a good call. I definitely do like Lion Sash quite a bit. Sorry, I have to beautify the lands while I'm thinking about other cards to add. Unuglify the lands. I do like Lion Sash. We need to fill out this 2 and 1-drop in the curve. And we can also do that here as well. Since, like, I've started playing, so at least a decade, Soto, it feels like. Sunforger. You cannot escape it. Every time a Boros artifact deck is on screen, there's some guy that says, you should put Sunforger in. No offense. Like, it's just a natural, like, inclination. But no, you shouldn't put Sunforger into every Boros artifact deck. I don't like that as much as, like, an artifact like a Boros Signet. I wouldn't want to run the 2-mana Dork. Why not Diamond Pickaxe? Why Diamond Pickaxe? Can I ask you that? Or actually, let's add Felwar Stone. Once again, Felwar Stone, Engineered Explosives is a bit of a combo. And why Engineered Explosive, by the way, is... Sorry, I didn't explain this. You can 0 and then pay 2 and sack this. And then Weapons Manufacturing blows up all the tokens. I think a Mishra's Bauble would be pretty nice. Just kind of a free ball into a Weapons Manufacturing or like anything really. The only place it gets a little awkward is with any of the rule of laws that actually matter. But at that point, you have Queen Kyla to just shit things into play anyway, so. I don't know if I like Melded Moxite. If I'm right, there are better artifacts that do that. I don't like Containment Construct. We're paying 4 already to activate Queen Kyla. Can you explain why we like these things? Because it's 4 mana. And then we get the privilege of casting it after that, which is just like, let's not kid ourselves. Like, the deck is low curve, yes. We might be able to get some value, but not like... I would want to play 2 cards off Containment Construct to be happy with it, and that implies playing it on turn 2, playing Kyla on turn 3, activating Kyla, activating Kyla again, and then you playing a land off that first Kyla activation, and then activating Kyla a second or third time even. Like, no, we are lost. Speaking of lost, actually, wait. Where was that card? Currency Converter. What I like about Currency Converter is it can keep our graveyard synergies safe until we want to deploy them. Like, that's not bad at all. Because it doesn't say... You choose an artifact card with mana value 1. Like, I think this works through Rest in Peace and therefore also works through Currency Converter. Can still find those cards in exile. Yeah, all right, let's do it. Currency Converter. This deck is begging and pleading for an Urza Saga, by the way. Like, this is the most Urza Saga deck that's ever Urza Saga'd. Oh my god, it's so expensive now, though. I'm going to put this in considering, or like considering, but that's a card that, like, it's $40 for a reason. And decks like this are because of that. I really like the new mana value 3 guy. Dauntless Scrapbot. Exile each opponent's graveyard for 3 mana. Then create a lander token. I think we're just going to keep it on value. I don't think we're leaning too heavily into discard. We're leaning more into artifacts. Walking Ballista in. Why is Walking Ballista good? Can you, like, explain? Like, what is Walking Ballista doing for this deck? This God Pharaoh's Gift deck. What is it doing? It's additional. It's for scaring people. That's all. That's not good enough. Like, I don't know. Oh, Bloodthirster's so good. Ooh, actually, Ryu is good, isn't it? You go, like, God Pharaoh's Gift back Ryu, attack with Ryu, get another thing back. Like, that's not bad. It's doing what the deck wants. I don't think it is just a zombie. Except it's a 4/4 black zombie, not in addition to its other types. You are right. Ryu doesn't work. Bummer. Is Desecrated Tomb a Nuknambo here? Is that the one that makes the stupid bats? I don't like it. It's too expensive for what it does. Great Train Heist is pretty interesting for this deck. Yeah, Curse Mirror. What's the one fog that populate? Oh, no. I'm just gonna look up populate. I think there's actually an infinite combo, yeah. If you put Determined Iteration in your deck, you infinitely combo. I'm gonna put in Considering, because that's probably just not what you want. But the joke is that if you have a token copy of Aurelia, or a token copy of... Well, you can't token copy Aurelia. No, you can! Wait, no, that just does work. So yeah, token copy of Aurelia, token copy of Bloodthirster, token copy of... It's a bit harder with Port Razor. But, that this will go infinite with it. And the same thing is true for the nesting Dovehawk at the beginning of combat on your turn proliferate. All right, populate. Your creatures you control get indestructible until end of turn. Whenever you cast a spell, populate. That's too bad. There's no way it's good. Garrett's Belligerence might be good. If there's a couple 1/1s, you populate like X times. Any number of 1/1s in play, and you just go like X is 3, ping your 3 elves, populate 3 times, explode you. That's fun. Is Portal to Phyrexia like hyper expensive, or is it just expensive? Okay, it is slightly above budget. It's a nice thing to trash for treasure instead of like an austere command, but we can find some other artifact stuff. Honestly, just like a Thraben Inspector. That doesn't feel that bad, right? Just like flop your thing on the table. Also, you get a little artifact treat on the side that you can either use to draw a card later, or you can explode the table. I am terrified of the world of experimental synthesizer exiling a God Pharaoh's gift, and then our deck doesn't exist anymore. That is the one thing I am scared of. Yeah, Pyroglyph is pretty good, isn't it? Pyroglyph would just be a 4/4 off of the God Pharaoh's gift, though, right? And we're not like token copying or anything. Yeah, I think I want to just keep it mana value 3 or less. I think like maybe Guardian of Faith. Or maybe a Voice of Victory. Just being able to go, oh my god, Voice is so expensive now. There is token copying in this deck, but it's not like we're getting into massive amounts of them. We're going to get like 2 or 3, which in my opinion isn't enough for Pyroglyph justification. Anyway, we're going to playtest this deck now. One, two, three, Queen Kyla Ben Krug. Copy someone's ramp spell or something. So draw 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, I don't like this. Delina is just completely like, let's get rid of this. Delina's infinite, by the way. Like, we probably don't want it. Delina plus Port Razor kills everyone. Delina plus Bloodthirster kills everyone. Like, let's not. I feel that's probably bad. More cheap cards. Sunspine Links probably isn't even worth it. All right. So more 1 and 2 drops, ideally. Soul Guide Lantern. What do I think of Curse Mirror? I wonder. Yeah, call me a false hope. Or, Let's just add a selfless savior, I think. Probably don't want to add painter combo. We don't have any other combo. And even if we did want to add painter combo, there are so many combos I'd rather add before it. Thank you, Blues, for getting a deck review for next week. Pass. Okay, here we have a hard lock because Mother of Runes is in play and not summoning sick. Painter is super expensive. Like mega out of budget for sure. So putting Archon of Emir into play and discarding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 other cards. Drawing 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh. Weapons manufacturing. Oh, we can't go Felwar Stone. Haha. So I guess here you go Felwar Stone. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kyla bin Krug. 2, 3, 4, 5. Goblin Engineer into play. Discard 4 other cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. View library, get God Pharaoh's Gift into the graveyard. The lobster that makes all of your artifacts food. Yes, Sharkflin. Okay, great. I'm following the line. I know the lobster you're talking about. Why do you want him in the deck? Okay, 5. Brass's Tunnel Grinder into play. Selfless Savior into play. 3 into graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then Brass's Tunnel Grinder trigger. I do like Werefox. Lauren, we're gonna keep Boros Charm. Recruiter. Clifftop Retreat, Reckless Handling. Put these 4 on the bottom. Draw 5. Okay, keep in mind we still have not cast a spell this turn. Mishra's Bauble. Flash and Werefox during your turn. Crack Mishra's Bauble. Inventor's Fair. Yeah, it's a little tough. I'm going to put Felly in this deck, and I know, blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, 3-3, I'll take a shot. Oh my god, everyone. Felly is incredible with Brass's Tunnel Grinder. That's like all I was thinking about that entire game is like, holy shit. I wish I had Felia. Felly is also just good with God Pharaoh's Gift. Like, flicker it, smile. I think that does make a cup. No, it doesn't make infinites because Felia does return on the end step. I think I'm going to cut an Arrow Extortionist for that. I mean, it is performing better. The issue is I want more ways to cheat God Pharaoh's Gift, and right now we only have 4. Okay, Goose Blast. I want you to contemplate how many land drops we missed last time we played this. Like, play tested. I mean, now I'm not getting any lands, but that's besides the point. That's funny. Yeah, the boar counters is why everyone plays that card. Queen Kyla bin Krug, sack Spellful Savior. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dink, dink, draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And guess what? Okay, we have missed a land drop now. Look at that. Well, I mean, not yet. Lauren, Talisman. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw 6. And then, yeah, you just play your land. Still have not missed a land drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. You ready? God Pharaoh's Gift into play. Okay, beginning of combat on our turn. Exile a creature from our graveyard. Karlak. Dink. Untap all attacking creatures. Attack with Lauren. Okay, great. And then you go draw a card. Draw a card. Yeah, okay. After this phase, additional combat phase. Bring back Lauren of the third path using God Pharaoh's Gift. Blow up another gameplay object. Or you can do Selfless Savior too. And you also have Mother of Runes on top of all that. That's turn 6. Okay, great. I'm just going to give you your deck back. This is working. The one thing you can do, in my opinion, to make this deck slightly better is start Thalia's Lancer start Thalia's Lancering, or search for Glory. And the simple reason is you have Duretti, and these are very important for your game plan. Are these Durettis? I also think Imperial Recruiter is stronger than Recruiter of the Guard in this deck, no? Because it can get this 5-mana Duretti if you only have 1 or 2 artifacts. So, isn't Recruiter of the Guard worse than Imperial Recruiter in this deck? Because now Imperial Recruiter just, like, it can grab... I think everything Recruiter of the Guard can. It doesn't get Dauntless Scrapbot. It doesn't get Combat Celebrant. But it gets some other objects. Maybe you just run both. Then you Recruiter of the Guard for the Imperial Recruiter to get your... Yes, it is dependent on the number of artifacts in play. But I'm saying if you have 1 or 2 artifacts, which is where this deck is often sitting, then you can get it with Imperial Recruiter. Whereas you can never get it with Recruiter of the Guard. I'm just saying you can get it. It is possible. All right, weapons manufacturing did not perform like I wanted it to. That means engineered explosives is also going to go. And so we have room for another beginning of combat treat. Yes, Nexus of Becoming. You're so right. Nexus of Becoming is it. Great job, Skunk Owner. Beginning of combat on your turn. You draw a card. Then you may exile an artifact or creature from your hand. If you do, create a token that's a copy of the exiled card, except it's a 3/3 golem. So it doesn't come with haste. It doesn't come with haste, but it does provide value like God Pharaoh's Gift does if you ever do get to untap with that Bloodthirster or that Karlak or that Port Razor. So it's a good backup in case God Pharaoh's becomes permanently exiled. Sarima is not better than Search for Glory because Sarima doesn't get Duretti. It can only get this Duretti because it only searches for legendary creatures. But it is a possibility. Like Search for Glory can grab Brass's Tunnel Grinder or, you know, like or Duretti. Like that's the big thing because this Duretti is better than this Duretti in my mind, unless you have Arena Glory, in which case that Duretti's better, or this Duretti's better. It's confusing. Don't worry about it. There's the link to the deck. You saw what we did on turn 6. We did the thing, so it will work. All right, guys. Pre-rolls are back. So I'm going to hit you with another 3 minutes of ads, Twitch. Stick around. We'll be right back. Go get some water or go to the bathroom or something. Hooray. We're going to continue the MTG Daily Challenge. Mentions 3 or 3. CMC White 5 mana. Bishop of Rebirth. Mentions gain or lose. Archangel of Thune. Mentions gain or lose. Iara, First of Lochthwain. Mentions 3 or 3. Eliminate. No, CMC 3. CMC 3. That's CMC 2. Mentions 3 or 3. So there is like that one unearth card. Call of the Death Dweller. 2/2 creature or makes 1. Bane, which Coven's a 3/3, I'm pretty sure. Ophiomancer. Okay, let's play Dispellify. Whenever a RTI player whenever a PLAYER, that's a long word for that. Something a something. Sacrifices a permanent. This creature deals 1 damage to any target. It's Mayhem Devil. Sacrifices a permanent. Add to colorless. Sacrifice. Or, that doesn't feel right. This isn't sacrifice. SACFR. Oh, it's Sacri. SACRIFICE. Yeah, that's sacrifice. 4, like a number. ARTIFACT. No, it's not artifacts. Wow, I've never seen this card before. I don't think anyway. This must be a creature type. This is Time Civ? Yeah, in your fucking dreams it is. Anyway, let's move on. We're back from ads. All right. Rice Quinn, are we here? Great. We have a Grimgrin control deck. Oh, I love this printing of Grimgrin. Okay. So this was the Creep Show Secret Lair, chat. And the backside is hilarious. It's like a comic book. Grimgrin Corpse Spawn. Legendary creature zombie warrior. Like, why is it a speech bubble? This is awesome. Grimgrin Corpse Spawn enters the battlefield tapped and doesn't untap. Sacrifice another creature. What killed me with this printing is 5/5. It's so cool. Oh. Okay. Grimgrin lists are so overly focused on being zombie tribal or infinite aristocrats loops when he's just really a good control body. I want to make a Grimgrin list that makes use of his nature and makes copies / stole creatures from opponents / the opponent's graveyards. Essentially, a great Grave Betrayal companion piece. A lot of new cards from EOE within the Void system are actually perfect for him. With the Void mechanic, I see. Bracket 2 to 3. I think Steal from Graveyard elements are still a little lacking. I don't mind adding interesting combos. Insert 3/3 Elk Saw and half combo line here. Or other unique Grimgrin synergies I don't know about. But I really don't want to be draining the whole table outside of combat. Okay, that makes sense. So I think if you don't like draining people out of combat, you're also going to hate Rise of the Dark Realms. You're just not going to like the card. It's not that fun. It's just like 9 mana. Do you have a counterspell? Okay, great. I win. Elegy Acolyte. Being your stuff. An online permanent let the battlefield this turn. Spell was worth 2/2 colors. I mean, that's fine. I don't think I feel strongly about making a 2/2 token, though. Profader of the Dead is fine. Reform's funny. Like, Alpha Rail is pretty funny. Yeah, Elegy Acolyte's very good. Okay, I like these. These are very flavorful. Chorale of the Void's fun. Solthera feels like it's a little bit cannibalistic for your deck, right? You have Great Betrayal, you have Dictate of Erebos, and Solthera just says, no, these cards are mine. Right, like Grave Betrayal is like really relying on your opponent's graveyards. Lazav is. I don't like Village Rites all that much. I feel like if you're going to run a Mana Rock, let's run some cool ones. Most notably is like, okay, I don't like Whisper Silk. Grimgrin's unblockable. This guy can't be blocked, legitimately. And you're like, well, he doesn't literally have unblockable. He's unblockable. I'm going to put in... Oh, no, you're running Gravecrawler. That would go infinite, which you don't want to do. 0-point ballad does feel a little weird. I think like a Rite of Rep. Scarab God. Scarab God feels nice and controlling for this deck. Yeah, Toxic Deluge. Breach the Multiverse. I mean, come on. That card's funny. Just like steal from each opponent's graveyard. Like, that's exactly what you want to do. It's a lot more fun than Rise of the Dark Realms as well. Yeah, Soltera the Super Void. I just cut Bellata literally 3 minutes before you mentioned it. So, yes, no, we're not. I don't like Dreadhorde Invasion. Okay. We have 4 additions to make here. I think I would like to see a Haven Ghoul Lich. Three steps ahead, yeah, is probably worthwhile. Glass Pool Mimic. Just because you're taking control of their creature and then making a copy of it, and then there's also just a land, which you need in your control deck to play Magic. Command the Dreadhorde's fine. I have the same issue with it as I do with Rise of the Dark Realms, where it's just like kind of too free ball. Weird, my vertical stream stopped working. Did it? Weird. I have no idea why that stream died. No, it's fine. It worked after I hit the go live button that like was weirdly grayed out. Like, yeah, it was just working this whole time. Sorry, I was checking my other tabs. Because I wanted to check the budget. Yeah, Abyssal Harvester is probably worthwhile. Exile target creature card put in a graveyard that was put there this turn. Pretty good. My thought is like, okay, is there an untapper that's like whenever... you can do Intruder Alarm, can't you? So my thought is like for a silly combo, if you wanted one, you can go Intruder Alarm. And then creature enters, untap everything, including Abyssal Harvester, sack a creature, and then you tap and you exile the non-token creature you just sacrificed. No, this returns the real creature. Holy shit, wait. Yeah, Abyssal Harvester, Intruder Alarm, and Grimgrin are... that's a combo. Which is funny. Something to consider. Faces of the Past doesn't work, I think. When a river creature dies, untap all creatures that shared a type with it. Yes, you could go infinite with Abyssal Harvester if you had a demon or warlock that died. Anyway, I'm going to add Lorcan, Warlock Collector. 7 mana, attack with Grimgrin. You kill one of their creatures. You put it back into play under your control. Like, just hilarious. No contest. I don't know if I like Smothering a Bomb. All right. My issue with Brainstealer Dragon is a lot of our theft effects, like half of them, are not actually true theft effects. They are stealing one gameplay object by copying it from the graveyard, not actually factually stealing it, which means it doesn't work frequently. Damn. I fucked myself out of timeline color here. But that's fine, because Forsaken Miner just slides in and saves the day. We have a turn off here anyway. This is a land drop we would have missed. That is a land drop we would have missed, or at least we would have had to tap out for consult the star charts. Which we will do if we don't have to negate anything. Number of lands we control. It would have been a land drop we missed, period. We would not have made this land drop without Glasspool Mimic. So run lands in your commander decks, folks. Okay, great. I mean, sure, there might be better rocks, but it's not like egregious. Like, that's the main thing I'm looking for, is cards that are like I feel are egregious. Anyway, Grimgrin. Sack this on end step. Attack with Grimgrin. Blow up your thing. Pay a black. Bring back Forsaken Miner. Get a counter. Pay 1. Get a servo. Aw, yeah. And now we're farming. Black. Reanimate your gameplay object. Negate your spell. Yeah, this is... It just works, chat. It just works. Yeah, I don't know if I like Kells. Necrotic Ooze. You have a few activated abilities, but Shielder doesn't work with it. It's probably enough where it's good. Reform's cute, but let's not. I feel like we're a little lost there. Okay, do we have the blue necessary for Archmage's Charm? No. Not even remotely close. Okay. Stubborn Denial. It's one of the best counter spells. Okay, it's already in. Hooray. I don't need to give you the lecture. Negate's already in. Replaced with Arch Enemy's Charm. Counter Squall is the name of the card. You can just run an actual... Oh, Counterspell's already in. Hooray. Perplex is better, no? Perplex is not better. Perplex is good in a different way. Like, Archmage's Charm is good. And in fact, is better than Perplex. I'm willing to say that. But Perplex is easier to cast. But it's not better. That implies things that aren't true. It's known as lying. I think Withering Torment should always be in control decks over Feed the Swarm. Goblin Charbelcher and EDH. I think it's totally viable. There's a lot of cool methods to get around to using it properly. There's 2 mana severances at least. 3 in different colors besides blue. Maybe 4. I forgot. But I know white has 1. If you have all planes. My friend John runs a Goblin Charbelcher deck with Go-Go, but he doesn't run mana severance. He just gets every land out of his deck by fetching for them. Anyway. I don't really like a black market. All right. Let's find real counterspells here. Have you played the game Forsaken on Roblox yet? No, I have not touched Roblox. How do we submit decks for review? Through the coffee. Hooray. I want more counter spells in this deck. The wedding was good. There's no way they're sold out already. I think we only sold 3. Unless they are sold out already, in which case, holy shit. Long River's Pole should probably be on, yeah. Pule. 22 cents, damn. Yeah, no, we still have 2 slots left. 1 slot left. What the fuck, guys? Don't make me increase prices again, chat. You guys need to start unionizing. Yeah, Sunday doesn't refresh until Sunday, Outsider. Tuesday refreshes on Tuesday. Sunday refreshes on Sunday. Hi, Seth. All right. More counter magic. Rah. Spider sense. People like me. Elk accept it. I don't know, chat. I have 61 concurrent viewers on Twitch. That's like nothing. People hate my ass. Someone subbed with Prime. I will get that notification too soon. Athena's Helm 1. Glass half full. I'm joking, by the way, chat. 61 viewers is like 2 classrooms. Are you kidding? That's like so many people. That is true. Maldhound is eating like fucking aura farming right now on like with a mega sub-a-thon, so. Drawn on the Walk is a good suggestion. I do generally like it, but I like it more if you're like heavily milling. I've had it be dead more often than not, which kind of blows. I've been like kind of glazing Whirlwind Denial recently. Whirlwind Denial's like kind of fun to play with, honestly. It's always worse than a counterspell. That's how it feels. It's always worse than a counterspell. But the second you snag like an Eldrazi cast trigger or like a storm trigger, oh my god. Dude, I come like everywhere. It's hilarious. It's only ever happened to me once where that has come up, but oh my god. Yeah, you're right. We should put 3 steps ahead in the deck, Flaren. I don't know why I didn't think of that. So I don't like creature counterspells. I like counterspells that counter everything, including creatures. That is my preferred mode of countering. But we probably have enough counterspells now. What else to add to a silly deck like this? Lorcan's already in. Honestly, like a Windfall. And I know Windfall is like kind of weak in most lists. But here, if you have a Grave Betrayal, whenever a creature you don't control dies, that doesn't work. But Lorcan does. Lorcan does work. Whenever a creature is put into an opponent's graveyard from anywhere, you may pay like equal to its mana value if you do put it on the battlefield. So that is an interesting idea. I don't know if it's actually that good, but it's certainly there. Honestly, I think we just jam and Animate Dead. Like, let's not kid ourselves. Animate Dead's pretty good. And because of that, let's run a Muddle the Mixture as another counter spell, but it can also, it's modal. It's a 2-mana counter spell. I'm going to remove Mana Leak. I love Mana Leak, to be clear. But I feel like it's our weakest counter spell. Okay, Muddle the Mixture. Counter target instant or sorcery spell. Then the other mode is 1 blue, blue, black, 1. Reanimate a creature. Which is kind of worth it. Like 5 mana reanimate isn't good, but it's not like I'm killing myself over that play. You know, I'm not depressed or anything. It's like, great, let's do it. Knight's Whisper, draw 2. Discard to hand size. Ooh, no. I hate discarding to hand size. No, save me. Massacre Worm. Last Pool Mimic. Okay, Bob, you're right. Soft counters generally are weaker. I do feel like once you hit 3 mana, like 4 mana on Whirlwind Denial's crazy. 3 mana on a mana leak is good enough, in my opinion. It's not before like turn 9 that you're really like, oh, this is dead, unless your opponent's hyper green Simic ramp. So I'm generally a fan of mana leak. I've never had it do me wrong, but there are metas where it can be bad. Jesus, we keep missing our fucking lands. And what am I doing wrong? Nothing. It's 39 lands. Maybe you just add a Lorien Revealed. Or a Troll. Like, just add a Troll of Khazad-dûm. Animation module's cute, but we have so much sack fodder that we probably don't need it. Just like, now we're at 40 lands. And now we're flooded. The monkey paw curls. Alright, well, we probably want to hold up Counterspell. Counterspell. Pass. I would just cycle Troll here. Type Swamp. Undercity Sewers. Guys, remove from my face across the bridge and across the mountain. Surveil 1. Last Pull Mimic. I'm kind of into it. Okay, here you go. Phyrexian Tower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grave Pact. Finger on the trigger. In attendance. Tending to their jobs. Or you can hold it for your turn and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Haven Ghoul Lich. Sack Forsaken Miner. Pay 1. I'll cast target creature card in a graveyard this turn. I may cast it. Oh, great news. That was a crime. I like No More Lies, yeah. Anyway. Like, this is a bit of a slow start, but at this point you kind of have a loop going here. Grimgrin. Swan Song your play. The crime synergy with this and Haven Ghoul Lich, and then you can actually cast, or you sack it to the Creepshow Grimgrin, and then you go swing my comic book at you, pay a black, return Forsaken Miner, and then sack Forsaken Miner, cast this target creature spell in a graveyard, and then also bring back the Forsaken Miner, and that spell that you just cast, like, holy shit, that's cool. Yep, turns out Grave Pact's good. I think I'm going to drop this on you. I think it's about ready. Yeah, Spellskite has crime synergy, but only if there's a spell in the stack or ability. You can't Spellskite for freezies. You need an opponent to do something, which I don't like as much. And plus, that starts to lean into combo stuff because you're going to want to like, oh, I want a free way to sacrifice this. And then also a way to drain because, or else it's just kind of worthless to do this. And then it kind of goes down into a spiral that I don't want to really explore. Jet the Falcon. Zyra the Golden Sting. 41 fucking creatures. This is my kind of deck. The Scarab God is for the second effect, right? Yeah, you're not draining for zombies. It's just a 5-drop that stays around forever, and you can pay 4 to reanimate stuff as 4/4s. Like, yeah, Scarab God's just good in a control deck. It's passive value if you don't have to counterspell anything.
If it ends up being too slow, don't be afraid to cut it, but I feel like it's going to be good enough in those like games where you have a nice little control over the board. Do we have Jet to Falcon? Because we can push this. They said we can do it without them. But I would rather do it with them, so I'm just going to push them to the end of the stream, and they can get their deck review done. So hopefully by then they show up. Balada? Jund lands? All right, Balada's here. Sorry, I'm at the gym and probably won't be as active. Okay, that's fine. We'll do you next, though, Jet. Just so you know. Okay, we have lands. And it looks a little confused already. I am a lands fucking expert, by the way, and I can tell you right now this deck is confused. Lands to death, zombies, Urza, Valakut, or depth, ramp out table, budget is $200. Been playing and upgrading since Lord Windgrace was printed. Been playing for about 2-ish years and would like to update the deck. Last added cards from Lord of the Rings. Wait, I'm here. Yeah, no, sorry. A little late on the trigger there, Jet the Falcon. We'll do you next. So what has me believing your deck is confused is I saw Sir Conrad, and that should not be anywhere near this deck. Obnixilis is a little bit more realistic, and let's also get a being a lands expert doesn't feel like a flex. I don't know. I love my lands. I'm not ashamed. Iridescent Vine Lasher. Okay, so yeah, my question for you is, what is Sir Conrad doing in here? And your answer is probably Field of the Dead. It's very good. Yeah, for each Field of the Dead zombie, you get 1 Sir Conrad trigger. Iridescent Vine Lasher. For each land that enters and triggers Field of the Dead, you get 1 trigger. Or 2 if you kicked it. So, I do not like Sir Conrad. Prismatic Omen. Are you joking? We have green in our color identity, which means we are able to tutor for Dryad of the Elysian Grove. We don't need the redundancy this way. I like the Mirage Mirror. I am seething that you don't have Nylea's intervention. Nylea's is just so important for any deck that wants to do anything lands related, because it's X land tutors. Search your library for X land cards. So you get Dark Depths, Cabal or not Dark Depths, Cabal Coffers, sorry. You can get Cabal Coffers Urborg, or you can get Dark Depths plus Stage, or you can get Shifting Woodland, which I hope to God for your sake you're running. And you're not. I guess Modern Horizons 3 did come out after, but you need Shifting Woodland. This is non-negotiable. You need it. This is never coming out of your deck for the rest of time. Yeah, where's Glacial Chasm? Like, I'd rather see Demonic Tutor come out or a Glacial Chasm. And then you get to run Sylvan Scrying instead. Because this is basically Demonic Tutor in this deck. I won't hear otherwise. Yeah, I don't think Smeagol's worth it. And I don't really like World Shaper. I'm going to add a card that I think is better in just a moment. I don't like playing land from graveyard. Like, that for 6 mana is so much. It's kind of ridiculous. Will of the Sultai. Aftermath Analyst. So what am I adding here? Aftermath Analyst. 3 and a green. Sack this creature. Return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Will of the Sultai, bring all of your lands back, and then also pump target creature, where X is the number of lands you control against trample. Like, hello? These are goated. Not a big fan of Toski either. Ice Still's pretty good here. Yeah, I agree, but it's probably not the best. Ren in 7. Yeah, I don't know if I'm feeling it. I'm sorry, Ren. Ren in 6 I'm a little bit more interested in, but I don't know how expensive that is now. Ren in 6 and Springheart Nantuko in. Lotus Cobra in. Tireless Provisioner in. Honestly, Nissa in, but so hang on, pause. Springheart Nantuko in. On top of the Springheart Nantuko, we're also going to add a Nissa Who Shakes It. Nissa Who Shakes the World. Whenever you tap a forest for mana, add an additional green. What happens? Ramanop Excavate. Oh, no, sorry. Springheart Nantuko onto an animated Nissa forest. Play a land. Tap the forest that the Springheart Nantuko's on. Make a token copy of a forest. That's a land entering the battlefield. Tap that forest. Pay 1 and a green. You make a copy of the forest. That's a land entering the battlefield. Tap it. You get 2 mana. It's infinite landfall with Nissa and Springheart Nantuko, and they're both just decent cards. All right. So let's get rid of Rampaging Baloths, Avenger of Zendikar. These are just too fair. It's not 2016 anymore. We're doing direct damage for the rest of time. Conduit of Worlds. Hate this card. I cut it from my land stack. I did not like it at all. I like Realms Uncharted here. This is a deck where I do like Realms Uncharted. Loam I'm a little low on, but of all the cards like this, Loam is probably the second best. But I don't know if second best really gets you there. Journey to Eternity, Pernicious Deed. I think we cut Journey to Eternity. Okay. I don't like Craterhoof either. We don't need Craterhoof. So, I want to look through your lands. Dust Bowl, Fabled Passage. Blast Zone makes sense. You have Yavimaya. You do have Yavimaya. You probably have Urborg already. Yes, you do. Thespian Stage. I put in the Shifting Woodland for you. Knight of the Reliquary. What? I think you mean White of the Reliquary, and even then it's a little okay. I mean, I'll put it in. I think it is probably just good enough. White of the Reliquary. Augur of Autumn's pretty great. Ewit's fine. I don't know if I really like Ewit. I don't know if I really like Salrulf. Although it is fun with the permanent sacrificing synergies. Toski. Okay. Now. Let's look through the lands. I want to make sure that you have... You don't, I don't think. Petrified Field. This land is very important. Tap, sack this land, return target land card from your graveyard to your hand. Just so good. Especially for Realms Uncharted piles. And then the other one you want to rerunning is Echoing Deeps. You may have it enter the battlefield tapped as a copy of a card in your graveyard, or it's an untapped colorless source. I think I'm going to liberate you of your Dust Bowl. I'm sorry. It's just like, I feel like you already have so much mana denial in your deck, and you probably just don't need more of it. So I'm going to add 2 more lands to your deck, effectively. And that's going to come in the form of Traverse the Uvenwald. Not illegal, Traverse the Uvenwald. Traverse the Uvenwald. Ulvenwald. And Analyze the Pollen. These can land cycle for a basic land for 1 mana, and they can also tutor for any land if you meet the requirements, and they can also tutor for any creature if you meet the requirements. So I think it's... God, I really hate cutting Shigeki. Like, I don't want to do it. I think I'm going to cut a Shia for being too slow. Kodama for being win more. Like, I don't think Kodama's a bad card, to be clear. I just think we have a couple of additions that are going to be slightly stronger. I'm going to cut Ghost Quarter for being the worst strip mine. And you can already tutor for the strip mine 50 different ways. And we're going to go up Malevolent Rumble. Very important card to have. Urza's Cave is fine. I would want to cut another land for it, though. I think we've reached land capacity. I think it might just be Golgari Rot Farm, as much as I love bounce lands. So, the reason why we cut that Prismatic Omen earlier is because we already run Dryad of the Elysian Grove, and now we have 2 creature tutors for Dryad of the Elysian Grove. All right, we need 2 more additions here. Vesuva's already in, right? Very good. Gruul Tannock. Gruul Tannock's very good. Yeah, you're entirely right. Tannock. Memorial Ensign. Whenever a land you control enters, does 1 damage to each opponent. If this is the second time this ability is resolved this turn, draw a card. And then, hang on, wait. Oh yeah, Hearthhole. Hearthhole's so easy. You always want Hearthhole in your deck. And then it also helps with Delirium. I also want... damn it, there was a card that I was thinking of that I really wanted in here. I think Shadowspear out. There was a card I wanted to add that was just like stupid. Okay, 6 is a very good recommendation. I definitely do appreciate that. But no. I'm gonna cut Blast Act. I don't think we care about creatures. Should I cut Mount Doom? No. Why would you want to cut it? It's mana fixing and then it also just does things. Like, why is Mount Doom in the conversation being cut? Yeah, Lumra's good. Oh, there's so many cards to add. But damn, there's a card I wanted to add so bad that I just like forgot. It slipped my mind. I'm gonna look at my Cura deck for 2 seconds to remember it. I mean, my Form Harmonizer is funny. Yeah, Spelunking. Or anyway, my Form Harmonizer is hilarious with Merit Lage. It's funny with anything, really. Spelunking. Yes. Lands you control enter untapped. It's cheaper than... Oh no, yeah, we got caves. Yeah, we're going to gain 4 life. The synergy. Damn it, I had it in my mind again and then immediately forgot. I'm so good at this. I'm just going to stop looking at chat for a second while I figure this out. Yes, okay, I remember. Right, we're going to add the Leviathan from Edge of Eternities.
This one. Glacier Godmaw. The Field of the Dead zombies are untapped, chat. So you go scape shift, sack all yo. Well, we're not running scape shift, I guess, but bunch of landfall triggers. All of your zombies get pumped that much, and they get haste and vigilance. It's unironically great with Field of the Dead. I think it's better than like Craterhoof, honestly. Okay, I'm gonna put scape shift in. I know it's like, yeah. Oh my god, it's $60. Never mind. I thought it was still like 50. Yeah, scape shift's very expensive now. I'm gonna cut Scoot Swarm. No. We like going right actually. Scoot Swarm shall remain safe. This is a 2, huh? Like bracket? No. This is closer to a 4. I'm gonna cut Shatter, Skull Smashing, and Agademes, I think. Go down to 45 lands. Bristly Bill, nah. Okay. Oh, why? Yeah, why are we running Skull Clamp? Oh, we have Scoot Swarm, I guess, but I'm not a big Skull Clamp fan. I think it'd be better if you were just on like another land tutor. Maybe a new Watt. Just as an instant, so that way it diversifies your land types a little bit. Or your card types for Delirium. Arid Mesa. Stomping Ground. No, we get Blood Crypt. Not Blood Crypt. What am I saying? What? You get Stomping Ground. Okay, great. I want to play the Elvish Reclaimer. I was like, oh, we already have green. We don't need that. I love thinking 0.5%. A burgeoning pass. So here, oh, we just pass, right? Ta-da! Okay, we need Talon Gates. Talon Gates of Madara is just as a crop rotation target, or as a Elvish Reclaimer target is just so good. Yeah, like technically, if you look at it, this deck is bracket 3. However, let's be a little serious, chat. Let's use it. Let's put our thinking cap on for a moment. This is definitely giving 4. I think you can play this at 3 if you turn 1 say, guys, you need to kill me. I'm gonna cut Pernicious Deed. I think this is good to go. Thank you for your deck review. Okay, like I said, next up we will do Jet to Falcon. All right. Zyra the Golden Sting. Jet the Falcon is okay as the name. No cards over $20, and you can take out any over $20 cards you need to cut. Currently want to remake this deck after getting a token and some tokens online, but I'm afraid of it not being fun anymore. I want this deck to try and do something aristocratic thing, but to get more Bs, but not to be slow and too combo heavy in order to have some variance. Probably can cut some tutors. Okay. There's like a couple ways to do non-token aristocrats that will just definitely mold how I'm going to be upgrading your deck. Kingsley, I announced on Sunday that the Sunday deck review will be on the 7th. Like you bought that deck review and it said Sunday deck review the 7th. It's not this week. I made sure to specify it's for the 7th. We skip a week because I was at a wedding this weekend. And so I wasn't going to stream then. So that's all. All right. So anyway, yes. Aristocrats. When will they be available again? After every stream, the slots refresh. That is all. It's after every or beginning of each stream. When I go live, the slots are refreshed. Were you invited to the wedding or did you make an appearance? It was my dad's wedding. So it might shock you that I was invited. All right. I do not like aggravated assault. If you have aggravated assault, you need to combo with it. And if you combo with it, you probably don't like comboing with it. Like, why are we running Go to Helm? Why are we running Go to Helm in an Aristocrats deck? Why? Okay, Karlak. I'm going to take out all the like extra combat stuff. Let's make this an Aristocrats deck. First and foremost, okay? And that's going to involve getting rid of a lot of this draft chaff that's in the list that probably just shouldn't be in at all. I used to run Dusk Legion Zealot in one of my non-token Aristocrat stacks, but I have since cut it. I don't like all this like discard effects. Braids is okay. Callous Blood Mage is fine. All right, you know, it's good to have some Grave Hate floating around. Okay, I can dig Chatterfang. As far as doublers go, it's pretty low commitment. I don't like the flesh bags. That's fun. I like that. Okay. I don't know how I feel about Beseech or Crippling Fear or Kindred Dominance. Snakeskin Veil. I don't like the single target protection stuff. We're an Aristocrats deck. We can get things out of the graveyard. So I don't know why we're futzing around with protecting our board when we really just do not care. Yeah, there's the Bear Umbra that comboed with the aggravated assault. Snake Umbra, same vibe. I'm not into it. Okay. I don't like Patron of the Arts. Skullwinder's cute, but I don't know if we really need more Eternal Witnesses. Like, let's just run Eternal Witness if you want one of these effects. We also have Balagad Recovery. Like, what are we buying that's so important? random artifacts in a green deck. And honestly, random ramp. I don't know if this deck needs to be ramping. And if it does, it should be doing it via White of the Reliquary. Like, we should be developing creatures onto our board and not mana rocks, because that's how we get cool value. So what do I like? Yeheni. Undying Partisan. I like any sacrifice outlet that's able to protect itself, like Yeheni. That also extends to mana value 4, Immer Sturm Predator. And then let's add some winning moves. We're making 1/1 insects with flying. Great news. Grievous Wound. We have a bunch of 1/1 shitters. You're dead. You die. You're gone. Mayhem Devil. This pings. Grievous Wound doesn't say non-combat damage. You're dead. Oh, what's this? You sacked a creature and you want to bring it back using the insect that it made? You can. I think it's CH. Chthonian Nightmare. Enters. You get 3 energy. Sack the insects. Pay 3 energy. Get the 3-drop you sacked back. Oh, it was an Eternal Witness. Get back the Grievous Wound from the player you just killed. Goblin Bombardment. Control the board. Control life totals. This is what I want to see more of if you'd want non-combo aristocrats. Living Death. Right? Prowling Geist Catcher. Whenever you sacrifice another creature, exile it. If that creature was a token, put a counter on this. Leaves the battlefield, return each card exiled with it to the battlefield under your control. So you sack a bunch of creatures, and then you sack the Prowling Geist Catcher. All the creatures come back. Broken. Incredibly broken. Especially with the Goblin Bombardment, like I said previously. Imagine you go Grievous Wound someone, sack to Goblin Bombardment, sack to Goblin Bombardment, sack to Goblin Bombardment, draw a card, make a 1/1 insect, sack that, kill you. Sack the Pitiless Plunderer. Pitiless Plunderer cracks open. You get the Eternal Witness you sacked back. Grievous Wound back to hand. It just works. Sadistic Hypnotist is not okay for bracket 3. I'm making a stand. Do not put Sadistic Hypnotist in your decks, please. Hands and knees. It is very strong. It's very good. It's not fun. It's not fun. No one's going to have fun. It's honestly, I feel too good. That's like the only reason it's not in my IRA deck. My IRA tokens drain deck is just like, it's going to just ruin the vibe. 5 mana, each opponent discards their entire hand in the right deck. It's just like, it's super hard to interact with too. No, why would Gemstone Caverns be too good for bracket 2? If you want to explain. I don't like Merciless Executioner either. Okay. How many lands are we running? 40. That's good. I would like to see 1 less mountain for a Shifting Woodland, maybe? Fabled Passage over a forest. Just because we have the Mayhem Devil now. And sacking any non-land permanent's good. Mahadi is always a good addition to these kinds of decks. I probably won't add Gadrick, but Mahadi is definitely decent. Skull Clamp, yeah. Let's get a little real. This deck kind of needs a Skull Clamp. Okay. So non-token aristocrats, Sawblade Skin Ripper is definitely up there as a card that I really enjoy. This after a Living Death is fucking stupid, chat. just like actually ridiculous. The play patterns that this card produces. I think I've gotten Sawblade Skin Rippers for 40 damage before. I think of Sadistic Hypnotist as a win condition in the same vein as Goblin Bombardment. No, you're not correct. Sadistic Hypnotist, you have 0 cards in hand, the game continues. Goblin Bombardment, you're dead. Like, one of those takes 10 more minutes than the other, and it's just kind of not a fun experience for anyone. I mean, your table's welcome to disagree, but like, generally speaking, I feel like blowing up your opponent's hands is pretty bad. Why is Witch Enchanter $5? Because it's a free ball. I don't know what else to say. Because it's worth $5. Yeah, like, okay. Let's say you're playing against my Judith deck, and this is where a lot of my experience comes from non-combo aristocrats. Let's say I'm playing my Judith deck. I'm not scooping if you discard my entire hand. I can top deck Living Death. If I top deck Living Death, you die. I'm not scooping. Why would I scoop that game? That's so hilarious if I get to do that. Let's also get a vibe of Caesarean Voidboard's not bad, but you're not built around crimes like I am. 9 lives familiar. That's funny. Wait, to Skullbride? Wait, hang on. This doesn't work. The egg counter doesn't grant this benefit. Zyra sticks that onto the creature with the egg counter. That doesn't work how I want it to. Oh my god, imagine how funny that would be, though. I think Driftnod doesn't care. If a creature dying causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger. No, okay, so it is when that creature dies. I think it's Zyra's trigger. Am I stupid? And Bobberton, more importantly, she doesn't do it if a creature comes back with an egg counter on it. I don't think. That works, yeah. I don't know if I believe you. It's a delayed trigger for the creature it's on. Okay, that's what I figured. So Drivnod doesn't work. Unless it's on her own creature, in which case it's just kind of a useless enabler. Oh, Lively Dirge, of course. Lively Dirge can pick up any creature in this deck. It's all mana value 4 or less, just like Judith. This is a black-green Sun Zenith. This is 5 mana, put any creature from your deck into play. I don't think Luris is the strongest Magic card ever printed. I think it's power play. This is the best Magic card ever. I mean, conspiracies are cheating. Nah, it's this one. 0 mana, 0 card draw. Like, you don't have to draw this card. You don't have to pay mana for it. And your win percentage just goes up by 2 to 3%. Just for free. It's ridiculous. All right. I'm giving you the Yawgmoth bitter pill. Just run the Yawgmoth, not Gix. Although Gix wouldn't be bad in this deck. Yawgmoth Ram Physician. It needs to be done. This is the most expensive card I'll recommend. That is my vow to you. But Yawgmoth is just that good. Oh, Alesha who sucks and fucks is awesome. Alesha who laughs at fate is so good because you have all these flying insects that just do not care. I'm leaning towards maybe a Mask of Memory. You have a lot of flyers going on, including your commander. I think it's a cute little addition. Yeah, Canoptic Scarab Swarm is very good. Sorry, I'm kinning Judith right now for this list. And he could know where to run. I don't really like it that much. Actually, it's pretty good with Judith's pinging. Seize the Spotlight, yeah. All right, let's also add more sack outlets, I feel. You already have Viscera Seer, Carrion Feeder, Yahenni, Warren Soul Trader, Woe Strider. I also just like that Woe Strider's a 2-for-1 in terms of sacrifice fodder. So you can like Zyra onto the goat token and then sack it. Like, that's just fun. Attacks, put an egg counter on another creature. Okay, so it is an attack trigger. I don't like Conrad. Conrad's too expensive. Jury Master of the Review is slightly better. Oh my god, is that Crow? Hi, Crow. Been forever. I don't like Roaming Throne. Not for this deck anyway. I'll add Skullwinder back. I kind of like that addition. I like that Skullwinder gets back your Living Death. That's hilarious. Eternal Witness gets back your Living Death. You should do a Quasar Augur of Agony's deck with Lich's Mastery combo. Like, why, though? Isn't that just every Quasar deck? What's special? What's the spice, chatter? Oh, you know what? This should be a Growing Rights deck. You go wide, and you also are creature dense. Like, is that not just the perfect storm? Once Upon a Time. Okay, I'm in a groove now. A little bit of self-mill helps the medicine go down. Well, Once Upon a Time doesn't self-mill, but you know what I mean. Malevolent Rumble. Yeah, Umbral, Caller, Zealot. I don't think this is a food chain deck. Food chain exiles the creature that you're casting. Or that you're putting into it.
I don't know. I don't like Quasar that much. I'm a lot up. What else to add? Maybe just like an Elves of Deep Shadow. Evandu, I think, is out of budget, but also just not as good as Growing Rights. Although Evandu is very much better with white. I want to... Demo Field's fine. I'm gonna cut a swamp for a you've just reminded me, a Westvale Abbey. As a white of the reliquary target. If you have a wide board of 5 insects, turning them into a 9/7 lifelink indestructible is worthwhile. This is something I do in Farrakha. Radiant Performer. Oh, true. That's funny. I like that. I like that a lot. It comes down on curve, too. You go turn 4 Zyra, turn 5 Radiant Performer. That's funny. I like it. Good job. I don't like Radiant Performer. Why? Can I ask why, Jet? Turn 4, you go Zyra. You put an egg counter on another target creature. Next turn, trigger on the stack. It's a one-time... You don't like that it's a one-time egg everything. I think that's stupid, Strong. Huh? You draw a card when those creatures die. What? It's 5 mana, draw a billion, make a bunch of 1/1s? Like, would you play 5 mana, sorcery, make 5 1/1s, draw 5 cards? Because that's what it does. I think you're getting a little caught up that it doesn't, like, do it multiple times. All right, this is Saw in half deck now. Turn after, you go Saw in half on the Radiant Performer. Or you already have Saw in half Eternal Witness. If you don't like it still, I can cut the Radiant Performer, but I think you're just insane. Like, you do know the deck better than I do, so say the word and it's gone, Jet to Falcon. But I think you're just not correct. Yeah, Hoarding Broodlord. This is a Hoarding Broodlord deck. Great. I mean, you don't have to board wipe Jet to Falcon. I don't like Pyroglyph because we don't have a good density of card types. I like Pyroglyph to be able to enable itself. That's also why I'm kind of slow on pulling the trigger on a Traverse the Uvenwald right now. Go-Go fucks, I think. I mean, Go-Go's fine. Oh, you're right. No, Go-Go is very good, isn't it? The red Go-Go. You can have combat on your turn. You may have Go-Go become a copy of another target creature you control until end of turn, except its name is Go-Go Mysterious Mime. So legend rule gets around. If you do, Go-Go and that creature each get +2/+2 and haste. So now you get 2 Zyra triggers from Go-Go. And you also bash in for 10. All right, I do think I want some amount of extra combat stuff. I know we cut those earlier, but it should be a flavor that's like sort of sprinkled in and not like everything. I think we had too much before. I think fear of missing out is like #1 addition. Discard a card, then draw a card. And then when you have Delirium, which you should hopefully have by the time Zyra's out and about, then you can start double crashing out with Zyra a couple times before FOMO explodes. Like, that's pretty good. So maybe we do run Traverse over a Forest or something. Traverse the Uvenwald. I don't think this is a Analyze the Pollen kind of a brew, but do we have a tap land that's just like tapped? Zeotor's Proving Ground, I guess, but I'm gonna cut a swamp. I'm going to put in Dark Moss Bridge. It's an artifact land that's multiple types, which means it's more likely that you get Delirium online, just like with like a very negligible, I wouldn't even say downgrade to the mana base. Don't worry, Soto. The slots refresh next Tuesday at 2 p.m. MST or 1 p.m. PST and 3 p.m. Sunday PST. So, yeah, Zeator's like the triomes have gotten way worse since the surveils got printed. So maybe I'll add the red black bridge as well. Crossforge Bridge. They're fine to fetch. I just think by the time you need to get them, you're already fixed. All right, let's run Springheart and Tuco. You need 2 more cards, guys. Timeline Kohler. All right, guys. It's great that you prefer triumphs, but that's not the conversation right now. Can we upgrade the mana base? I mean, it's on the table. It's just like I always see my viewership decrease by like 8 people every time I update a mana base too heavily. Why not generous patron? Huh? What? Yeah, we're not soul ringing on purpose, I'm pretty sure. Let's just add another mana dork. It's kind of like a free ball. I'll add Delighted Halfling. All right, let's play test. I'm pretty sure the budget was no cards over $20. Yep, that's it. All right, great. Let's play Tap Stomping Ground, actually. Why did the Reliquary? Generous Patron, draw a card. Forest. Green, black. 1, 2. Zyra. Put an egg counter on another target creature. Dink. All right. Thought. Thought has entered the building. Uvenwald Tracker. Another thought has entered. What do we cut? It might be Callous Blood Mage. We already have a... We don't have a Bazooka Bog. Wow, I'm going to put Bazooka Bog in because we have White of the Reliquary. All right. Swamp, Bogart Trawler. Oh, Bogart Trawler is already in. Beautiful. So Swamp out. I also want to add another Swamp. Remove a Forest. Add Fight Spell. Stomp. I don't like Species Specialist, no. Bridgeworks Battle. Another Forest out. Bushwhack's fine. I would prefer... I think the next one I would add would be the Ambush. Bogart Trawler's in. Okay, great. Playtest. All right. Uwat. What do we want here? Alesha. Yeah, that's kind of easy, I think. Like, we need a green, but Alesha's ceiling is just impossibly high if we do draw that green. All right, draw Forge Bridge. And we forgot to draw for turn. Haha. All right, great. We did that on our upkeep. Okay, it's becoming a little bit more dicey, but here's Carrion Feeder. All right, we're still not missing a land drop, which is the important thing. Alesha, attack with Carrion Feeder. Sack it to itself, bring it back for fun. Okay, demo field, perfect. 1, 2. Insta punish for not grabbing green. Watch this, chat. Demolition field crack. Forest. Green, 1. Secure Tribe Elder. Attack with Alesha. +1/+1 counter. Secure Tribe Elder sack. Go get Swamp. End step. Secure Tribe Elder. Sack Secure Tribe Elder. Get Forest. Like, I don't know if insta punished is the right word there. Like, we just, that's crazy. Two, three, four. Zyra the Golden Sting, attack. Egg counter on gameplay object, Carrion Feeder. Draw. When do you like to use Uat? As soon as you have priority during your first turn, right before you would cast a first spell. Draw for turn, then use Uat. That's like kind of the best. It depends. Does your phone have Force of Negation, I guess? Then maybe think about it a little, but like, no. I would just do it first draw step. After first draw step anyway. First main. We have a 1/1 insect. Alesha brings back Secure Tribe Elder. Hooray! Yeah, this seems to be working now. I also think that depends on your 1-drop density. That's true. Yeah, no, you don't have to cast it on your first turn. Okay, Mitzi. Yeah, no problem, Jep. I like looking at Aristocrat decks. We have another Flash Fairies deck. Ah! I'm gonna die. All right, do we have Mitzi? I mean, either way, we're gonna do it because Mitzi said, "Hey, you're good to go." But it's a control deck that I played over the last year, iterating and improving on it since I've gone along. The deck is meant to win by grinding down the board until my opponents have nothing left. Most of the time, this manifests as Nimrus plus Hullbreaker Horror, soft locking the game. No Universes Beyond, budget restrictions, etc. Oh, sorry, he's this user. Nope, she gave her pronouns. Perfect. Okay, great. This user was just parroting the question. No mana rocks, no win cons that undermine the control game plan. Mechanically, I like this no land synergy and would rather not replace them with MDFC options. Okay. Just looking for general improvements, giving the deck a more consistent / solid early game. Okay, great. Okay, what the fuck is happening here? How often do you all play Commander? Oh, that's a question for chat, not necessarily for me. I play like basically twice a week-ish. We also cube a lot though in person now. The coffee is, the deck review is 35 minimum. You're allowed to tip more. People often do. Thank you all, by the way. 35 is the minimum, is the whole thing. Profane Memento. I mean, can you explain this to me, Mitzi? Because I don't like cards that are just there to gain life and do nothing else. There should always be another mode.
If it's part of like some weird combo though or something, please let me know. I would prefer this utter insignificance to be a unable to scream. And then even then we're in black, so like surely unable to scream being a baleful mastery is probably just better. So I see 7-mana Jin Gitaxis, and I'm like, yo, where's the Arcane Laboratory? Each player can't play more than one spell each turn. That doesn't matter for you because you're a flash deck. And then when 7-mana Jin Git is out, you counter the first spell that's played each turn. That's a instant sorcery or artifact. And you have Narset's Reversal already. So Narset's Reversal, 7-mana Jin, Rule of Law is a lock. Like, they cast a spell, you go Narset's Reversal it, copy Narset's Reversal, return the Narset's Reversal to your hand, but the original Narset's Reversal's on their gameplay object. Because the new copy of Narset's Reversal that goes on the stack just bounces their card, and then they can't cast another spell. Because Arcane Laboratories, they're going, And how do you get this? Perplex. Now you have a second Rule of Law. The second one does cost 6 mana, but it's there. I'm sorry, ma'am. I just can't do it. I've had one deck with Steel Enchantment come through here once, and they were like, it's a pet card. I just kind of like it. And you can still Heuristic Study with it. But that means your opponent has drawn and played Heuristic Study. And then you need to draw that card on top of all that. And it's just like, can we not, ma'am? Let's just run Withering Torment. Let's blow it up at instant speed. Because when you pay 3 to kill the thing, you also draw a card off Nimrus. I am relatively low on Archmage Emeritus, but I don't think it's the worst. Who hurt you? I'm going to cut Blasphemous Edict. And the reason is because I did add Perplex, which lets you just grab Toxic Deluge. Vanishing's very good if you have something to protect, and I don't feel like you do. And like, yeah, your thing gets removed, just reanimate it. Like, do it again. I think I will be adding the Waterlogged Teachings. I believe its name is, yeah, Waterlogged Teachings. It's incredibly impressive in any deck that has free spells, which your deck does. This is 4 mana negate with the Fierce Guardianship and Nimrus out. This is a 4 mana Force of Will. You pay 4 mana, you pitch a card. You can Force of Will something. But on top of all of that, you also have the ability to go grab Perplex, which can then turn into a Rule of Law. Or you can go ahead and perplex for the Toxic Deluge, right? So Waterlogged Teachings turns into every broken counterspell in your deck, and then it also turns into Narset's Reversal, and then it also turns into any flash creature, which includes Hullbreaker Horror. And then, so let's just run it. It's good. Let's play test. This might be a back to basics deck as well. You run a lot of basics. So I would just run a bunch of off-color fetches because we are bracket 4. I would run more snow-covered basics and back to basics, and maybe a Harbinger of the Seas, unless your playgroup hates that, in which case don't. But what I'm gonna say is keep Watery Grave, but let's cut Underground River, Sunken Ruins, Shipwreck Marsh, Morphe, Forbidden Orchard, Clearwater Pathway. So I guess you keep Morphic Pool because it is, in fact, or Undercity. Undercity Sewers is probably better because it is fetchable. So yeah, oops all fetches. And then a ton more basics, basically. And then Harbinger of the Seas. And back to basics. I don't like extra planar lens because we're also just split across 2 different colors on top of being a snow deck. So we would have to go heavy blue, heavy black. So I'm going to cut Stitch together. It takes a lot to get through that hoop. And then on top of that, it is just double black or blue. Twin cast. Can you explain the twin cast reasoning here? So you can just copy any instant or sorcery spell. That makes sense. But is there like an actual like reason to be running it? Like it is infinite Magecraft with Jin. Pet card. Yeah, it's fine. I'm going to cut Visions of Beyond. Okay, great. Let's play test. Let's consider. I'll keep that on top. Fetch. Whatever, I'll just get Island. It's not loading. Or no, we need a duel here. Watery Grave. Demonic Tutor. What would we DT for here? Oh, what the fuck? The fetches can get the duel? I didn't even think of that. Yes, fetches get dual lands. I mean, I guess you could just get back to basics. You want to be like extra evil. I hope you're fetching around this, opponents. Put this one in gay baby jail. Crack this. Pass. Force of negation. Yeah, and then here's like a land issue, but luckily we can dig through time. Bloodstained Mire. No, that can't get blue for us. So Snow-Covered Island Psychic Frog. Yep. Noticing your title, do you go by they them? I don't care. All right, we've gone significantly more mean, which is I think something you want because you seem a little bit unhinged. Great. I think this is about ready. Well, that does it. I'm going to end the stream on YouTube now. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching. Oop.